Today in Sports Report. Special report. The World Youth Diving Championship ended in the southern capital and its results. In Almaty, an important sports event took place. The southern capital of our country accepted the World Waterpolo Championship among juniors till 20 years old. In the sports complex Rakhat Fitness, 18 best teams of the world met to win the right for the World Trophy. World Water Polo Championship among juniors under the auspices of the International Water Polo Federation has been held since 1981. The interval between World Championships is about 2 years. At the end of the colorful opening ceremony of the Games, the first match in the tournament was held by the national team of Kazakhstan. Our native water polo players performed in the Group D, where they had rivals from Italy, Spain, Canada, and Uzbekistan. The first opponent of Kazakhstan was the national team of Italy, which is one of the leaders of world water polo. The first period was a hard struggle, and the Kazakhstani water polo players, with the support of fans, didn't let the favorites create a comfortable advantage in the score, 4-2. In the second half, the experienced Italians were noted by 4 scored goals against 2 from the team of Kazakhstan. After a big break, the guests could increase their advantage using some errors of Kazakhstan, 13-5. In the fourth period, the players of Nemanja Knežević could give a real battle to the favorites and won 3-4. Unfortunately, it was not enough for the overall win. The final score was 16-9 in favor of the national team of Italy.
Как всегда, на любом открытии любого крупного турнира, первый матч он очень важен, очень ребята волновались.
In any opening of any big tournament, the first match is always important. The guys worried, although they were customized to fight and not to look at the titled rivals in front of them. When we play at home, it is very important and responsible. The team of Italy is one of the favorites of World Water Polo. The guys knew who they were going to play. They were maximally customized and could put up a battle. The match of the national team of Kazakhstan against Spain closed the time limit to the third playing day. The meeting got started with powerful attacks of the guests, who were real favorites in this battle. But the words of Nemanja Knežević didn't take back and didn't let the Spanish go far ahead in the score. The second period was held in an equal battle. After a big interval, it was not easy to hold the balance of power. The Spanish were accurate in attacking, and the interval in the score increased. In the final period, the Kazakhstani players, with the great support of the fans, tried to reduce the backlog, and as a result, the final score on the scoreboard was 13-21 in favor of the Spanish team.
Игра была, пожалуй, одна из лучших за последнее время, несмотря на то, что Италия счет оказалась.
These games were some of the best ones recently, despite the fact that the score with the team of Italy was less, but according to the game, there were a lot of mistakes. The guys played attacking very well. I think the game was not bad. We have to work on our mistakes and improve our defense. On the fourth day, the national team of Kazakhstan won its first victory, replaying the team of Canada 13-16. For the players of Nemanja Knežević, this meeting was overarching. Firstly, the rival was equal according to their power that our team could and had to win. Secondly, the loss could deprive the national team of Kazakhstan a chance of reaching the group. In addition, another positive factor for the local water polo players was the defeat of the national team of Uzbekistan in the meeting with the team of Italy. Both teams were the rivals of Kazakhstan in Group D. In the first period, the guests of the pool chose a strong pace, almost playing without mistakes in attacks and also defending clearly and safely. The result of this hard game showed 2-6 on the scoreboard. The national team of Kazakhstan was ahead. In the second 8 minutes, the Canadians started to reduce the backlog. Fatigue of the players of Knežević after 2 hard matches against Italy and Spain was noticeable in the second period of the game. The guests improved the situation. The teams went for a big break with a draw 8-8. During the pause, the coach staff of Kazakhstan found the necessary words, and the third period again was held confidently. Gradually increasing the score, our water polo players with their captain, Altai Altayev, completed the time with the score 9-13. In a final game, with the support of the fans, Kazakhstan leads the battle, not letting their rivals come to a minimum difference of balls. The final whistle fixes the score on the scoreboard. 13-16, and the national team of Kazakhstan celebrates its most important and necessary win.
Матч прошел так, как мы планировали, в принципе. Мы готовились к нему очень долго, разбирали, изучали соперника. Очень начали хорошо первый период.
The match was held as we had planned. We trained for a long time. We learned our rivals and started well. We spent 4 goals. But in the second period, we were a bit tired because we had to recover after a hard match with Spain. In the break time, we had to motivate them, and as a result, in the third period, they scored a significant 4 goals and brought the game to a logical completion. The final game of the group stage was the battles between the team of Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. The wards of Nemanja Knežević were confident to replay their rivals and to become third place of Group D. The meeting got started in a hard fight, and none of the teams could reach a big advantage in the score. 2-3, the guests were leading. The second 8 minutes was about the Kazakhstan players. 3 accurate throws, and our Waterpolo players led with the score 5-3. In the third period, the wards of Knežević increased the advantage, but the opponents were on the alert and maintained parity, -3 before the final segment of the match. The fourth time was more effective. The teams exchanged with accurate throws, and the difference in the score was unchangeable. Early believing in their own victory, the host of the pool tried to complete the match with a comfortable advantage for themselves, but the Uzbek Waterpolo players demonstrated character and were able to reduce the score to a minimum. It was a hard win of the national team of Kazakhstan, 13-12.
Во-первых, поздравляю ребят, то, что они сегодня выиграли вторую игру. Была тяжелейшая игра.
At first, I would like to congratulate the guys. They could win the second game. I think that was a hard match psychologically. I can note that we are leading the national team of Uzbekistan in the Youth World Championship. In the previous championships, we were used to losing. Today, we could win. The victory was hard, and I thank the guys for their battle till the end.
Мы смогли победить. Победа была тяжелая, тем не менее, что я благодарю ребят за то, что они боролись до конца.
On the 6th day of the games, close to the end of the group stage, teams met between each other according to the tournament net. So the team of Uzbekistan beat the team of South Africa. Chinese water polo players were stronger than their rival from Iran. Greece won Mexico. Egypt could not counter anything against the teams of Spain, and the Netherlands lost to the Australians. In this stage, the national team of Kazakhstan had to meet their opponents from Chernogorия, which are considered to be equal with the water polo players of Hungary, Croatia, Serbia, Italy, and Spain as one of the leaders of world water polo. It is hard to play with such opponents. Nevertheless, Kazakhstan gave a battle to their rivals. In the first period, the difference in the group and the thrill of the players of Nemanja Knežević was noted a lot. The ball after the throws of Kazakhstani players hit the woodwork. The ball after the shot of the Kazakhstani team several times hit the frame of the gate. Chernogorians were more accurate in realization and went forward 3-1. In the second 8 minutes, the Kazakhstani water polo players started playing more safely in defense, but were not good in attacking. It was difficult to reduce the advantage of the guest. After a long break, the hosts of the pool tried to change the set of the game and didn't give up to their strong rivals. Throws from the second line took place. The goalkeeper, Valery Shlemov, played safely. It seemed that it was possible to bring the game to a draw, but in the fourth period, fatigue rebounded. Protective redoubts of the guests became more impassable. It was more difficult to perfect their defense. The team of Chernogorия brings the difference to 6 goals, and as a result, the final score was 17-11.
Черногория физически сопротивстоять. Можно было, конечно, цепляться, стараться, но они действительно сделали все, что могли.
The guys could not recover physically. They could not cope with such a team as Chernogorия. Of course, the guys did their best. In addition, realization of scoring moments were missed. The goal was to be on the top of 8. Perhaps we were burnt out because we don't have enough experience for such a game. In fact, we had to reform for this game. The national team of Kazakhstan defeated for the top 10, and Mexico became the first opponent of the team of Nemanja Knežević, which demonstrated a beautiful and confident game, 18-11. In the battle for the 10th place of the World Championship, Kazakhstan beat the team of Egypt 18-10. The local youth haven't been so high in the tournament board of the World Championship, and they trained to the match with Egypt as for the last battle. Forgetting about the previous 6 hard matches, the players of Nemanja Knežević from the first minutes took a high tempo and beat their opponents with the score 4-1. In the second period, the Kazakhstani team reduced their tempo and their opponents took this chance. 4 unnecessary balls were in the gates of Valery Shalomov, and the host of the pool also replied with 4 accurate throws. In the second half of the meeting, Egyptian Waterpolo players, understanding that it would not be easy to win, chose the tactics of a dirty game. Lots of fouls, rudeness, arguments with referees, all of this was left unnoticed till 2 red cards were shown. It meant that they were removed. The Kazakhstani, not replying for provocation, played with their trump card: fast counterattacks and the speed of swimming. 11-8 is the final score of the match. In the fourth period, the game of the guests grew to open rudeness. Egyptians really provoked our players and the captain Altai Altayev was removed. The coach staff of Kazakhstan took a timeout to calm down their emotional degree of battle. The team heard their coach and brought the match to a confident win, 18-10. The youth team of Kazakhstan for the first time was in the top 10 among the best teams of the world.
К игре очень серьезно готовились, изучили Египет, знали их слабые и сильные стороны, постарались в обороне играть максимально.
We trained seriously for this game. We learned our rival and learned their weaknesses and strong sides. We tried to be maximally organized in the defense. At the beginning we were leading, but later Egypt set a rude game and played rough. As a result, we got 2 losses and got counterattacks. Later they came back to the game and understood the strongest side of our team was speed.
Вернулись в игру и опять знали, что самая сильная сторона нашей команды – это скорость.
The national team of Kazakhstan performed worthy. Its captain, Altai Altayev, who in the third game got sent off, and the doctors had to put 6 stitches, but he held every match on a high level. He performed the role that every captain has to do. The task was to lead the team in necessary times, to help every time, and despite his injuries, he had to fight till the end. I think the guys have a good team. Now the team of players born in 1998 are training for the Asian Championship, which will take place in October in Thailand. I think they will perform well and be selected for the World Championship. Also, Yulian Verdesh, Stanislav Sedov, Maxim Jardan, the goalkeeper of the team, Valery Shlemov, recommended themselves as good players who in the future will defend the honor of the country and the staff of the national team. Hard work of the coach staff, including Nemanja Knežević, Dmitry Khodzinski, and Alexander Shvedov, got high evaluations of the specialist. I would like to thank the coaches and the guys for this game which they demonstrated. I think they pleased our specialists and spectators with a deserved performance. Despite lots of mistakes, everyone can make mistakes. The most important thing is to work on them and move forward. The final match between the teams of Serbia and Italy became a decoration of the championship. The teams demonstrated a bright and uncompromising game. In the first period, the Serbians made a real storm around the gates of the Italians and went forward with a score 4-1. The second time, tutelary guests regrouped and gave a battle to their rivals. The total score was 7-4 before a long break. The beginning of the third half was less stressed. Teams fought for each place in the playground and acted on high speed. Italians reduced lost ground and the score on the scoreboard was 12-12 just several minutes before the end of the match. Attacks were followed one by one to both gates, but it was impossible to score. The role of the performed destiny of gold medals was taken by Drasko Gogov, especially his accurate throw to move the Serbians forward. The coach of the Italian team took a timeout, after which his players went for their final attack to draw the score, but the throw was parried by the Serbian goalkeeper. 13-12 was the hard win of the national team of Serbia, who became the winner of gold medals of the 18th FINA World Water Polo Championship among juniors.